Dear students, in this module, we are going to talk about the literacy in Pakistan. Before we talk about that, how many of our people are literate or illiterate, let's talk about the criteria, the yardstick based on which we can decide that whether a person can be considered literate or not. So, literacy's definition as of 2017 census is the ability to read and understand the simple text in any language from a newspaper or a magazine, can write the simple letter, and can perform the basic mathematical calculations. For example, it can be counting or addition or subtraction. So you see that as compared to the previous definitions or previous criteria, this census has given an additional criteria, which is the mathematical calculations. So a person with the abilities to read and write and with certain mathematical abilities can be considered a literate person. So if we talk about the statistics or the figures about the Pakistan's literacy, Pakistan has unfortunately the highest number of out of school children worldwide after Nigeria. So there are approximately 22.7 million Pakistani children of age 5 to 16 who are out of schools, and 44% of this age group did not at all participate in the education system of Pakistan until 2017. So in 2017, Pakistan's total literacy rate was around 59%, which is not considered a significant development as compared to our more than 70 years journey, with the less than 47% of women being literate and more than 71% of men. So you see that there's still a gender disparity as far as literacy rate is concerned, that we have more than 50% of our female population illiterate, unfortunately, as compared to men, out of which almost 1/4 of our male population is illiterate. So literacy rate ranges from 87%, which is quite higher as compared to other cities, 87% in Islamabad as compared to 20% in the Kolu district of Balochistan. So in Pakistan, people of different ages are having different literacy rate. So if we compare the age groups, we would see that between the age of 55 to 64, we have a literacy rate of 30%, whereas for the age group of 45 to 54, we have 40%, and similarly between the age 25 to 34, we have more than or almost 50% people as literate persons. So you see that as the age is higher, we have the lower literacy rate, which is one of the reflex of our historical trend that gradually we are progressing in the field of literacy. So if we talk about the area-wise literacy rate, Punjab has the highest literacy rate as compared to other provinces, which is 64.7%. Sindh has 62.2%. KP has 55.5%. Balochistan 55.3%. Whereas the Islamabad, being the capital territory of Pakistan, it has the 87%. So our independent region of Azad Jammu and Kashmir has the 74%. The Gilgit-Baltistan has 53%, whereas the tribal areas only have the 22% of literacy rate. So although we have a lot of disparity, regional disparity, as well as across gender and age disparity in the literacy rate, we should be more interested, being social scientists, we should be more interested about the factors which can contribute or which can affect this literacy rate. So, first of all, as we know, that it's a low allocation of resources or budget or funding available for education. As you know, 2% is, it is just like peanuts as compared to the 98% of the total GDP, which is available for other activities. So it means that our education is one of the least priorities as compared to the other sectors. So Pakistan allocates the lowest share of GDP, which is 2.9% in Asia, after Sri Lanka, which is very unfortunate situation if you compare it even with the Afghanistan, that has the 4% of its GDP share available for the education. Then the poverty is another factor. Of course, we are considered the sometimes developing or the underdeveloped world, and we have almost one third of our population which is living below the poverty line. So that is one of the contributing factors that is significantly affecting our literacy rate, because people are resource poor, so they find it difficult to even acquire their means of subsistence, let alone to get the education with the private sector. And bifurcated education system is another problem, where we have the elite schools, then we have the public schools and the private schools. So this diversified education system makes it difficult for the people who cannot afford to decide about that what would they be after getting a low quality or low standard education. So that discourages them to acquire education. And then we have the regional disparity. As you can see that our different provinces have different levels of literacy rate. So these regional disparities have so many factors which are pretty much contributive to our lower literacy rate. One of the important factor is that we have so many regional languages, and those regional languages it becomes almost impractical to develop a lot of syllabi, and then to make them homogenize, or to make that activity a universal activity for the whole population. So it means that they somehow need to be consensual upon one of the languages or one of the medium of communication available for the whole country, which often becomes very difficult based on these regional variations. Untrained teachers is another important factor. Why? Because we are the resource poor nation, and sometimes after getting a certain qualification, a certain education, it is usually taken for granted that the person is eligible for teaching, which should not be the case, because that discourages the students if the teacher is not competent enough and fails to impart adequately the knowledge or the skills which are required for a certain standard. Then a higher dropout of from the schools can be observed. Then we have the lack of technical and relevant education. It means that our education system is not up to the mark, up to the standards of the modern society. We are having a very traditional kind of rules and regulations with which we are trying to run our education system or education policy, and that creates a significant problem, especially for the students who go into the job market after getting the education and they don't find its relevance to the existing job market requirements. So that makes them discouraged and also discourages the future potential students to come into the education system. Corruption is also another important factor. As we find a lot of corruption news in our media, and we find that there are ghost schools, and there are so many teachers who often do not go to those schools and who rather never visit those schools, and students are left alone and they are helpless and they do not find someone to instruct them, to teach them. So that also discourages them, and it makes a significant contribution in the our illiteracy. So management problems are some other problems that it often becomes difficult to reach uh, to the far-flung areas of the country, and often becomes very difficult to reach with the facilities over there. So these management problems are also one of the hurdles in increasing our literacy rate. Quality of textbooks is also considered very poor. Where we stand for the quality, it often comes with the foreign authors. Unfortunately, standard textbooks are often imported from other countries, especially English speaking countries, and they are most of the times not relevant in with our regional cultural context, and that's why we find it difficult to impart those social as well as technical skills to our students. Academic issues, which are that quantitative uh, or quantity matters as compared to quality. We are more interested in the higher grades, in the marks, that how much percentage a student gets or require after the examination, rather than what kind of skills he or she possesses through that education system.